My topic is library anxiety and information-seeking behavior. Librarians consider themselves as information professionals, and while they know information is valuable, they also realize that information is a commodity that is difficult to quantify its value in measurable terms. For library users, there are real barriers to accessing, analyzing, and applying information, and librarians add value whenever they reduce the barriers. Value is also added in helping to find the most appropriate, in helping to ease the connections with information, and in the analysis, processing, and facilitating of its application. Library anxiety is noted as a psychological barrier for many college students, especially those with limited exposure to libraries. The literature also suggests that the anxiety may affect the student's disposition as well as their critical thinking and memory skills. This suggests that library anxiety may affect cognition, and thus by reducing it, it might improve one's ability to undertake library activities that require thinking, reasoning, and understanding, qualities needed to conduct research. My theoretical framework is a cognitive attentional interference theory. The problem of anxiety is to a significant extent a problem of intrusive thoughts that interfere with task-focused thinking. It is shown that self-preoccupying intrusive thinking can be reduced by means of a task-focusing experimental condition. The interference in this theory refers to the range that one process encumbers the other. In my study, the interference is library anxiety, which would theoretically cause students not to perform well on tests involving cognition. The theory suggested by providing a task-focusing activity, library anxiety could be reduced and thus cognition would improve. To test this, I would like to try a few task-focusing activities or brain games. For the first one, look at the picture and answer the question, which block is darker, the top or the bottom? For most people, it looks very obvious that the top is darker, but in actuality, neither. Both are the same. Another brain game, recite the colors as they appear and time how long it takes you. Do the same, recite the colors, and compare your time with the last slide. An analysis of these tests of task focusing and interference show that both games required one to focus on the problem. The first game required critical thinking about light and shadow and how the brain interprets them. The second game used the Stroop theory, which suggests that your brain reads words before identifying the object, so it takes longer to name the colors when the words don't match the color. This is interference. My study, the library anxiety and information seeking behavior, proposes that a manipulation of the online search that considers this theory will result in lower library anxiety levels. The phenomenon that I'm looking at is a decline in cognitive ability to perform critical thinking necessary for library searching. The measurable variables, are library anxiety. The instrument for measuring is the Anxiety Expectation Mediation Model Survey. The population is African American students at a HBCU. The sample was freshman students, first year, and seniors. The null hypothesis: there is no statistically significant relationship between African American freshmen college students' level of anxiety and their ability to perform critical thinking library search strategies. Hypothesis 2: there is no statistically significant relationship between African American seniors and their level of anxiety and their ability to perform critical thinking library search strategies. Hypothesis 3: there is no statistical significant relationship between cognitive attentional interference among African American freshman college students when the evaluation of the task is minimal. Hypothesis 4: there is no statistically significant relationship between cognitive attentional interference among African American senior college students when evaluation of the task is minimal. Freshman students are chosen as it can be rationalized that their level of formal knowledge would predispose them to feel uncertain or have anxiety when faced with finding information on an advanced scholarly topic. Also, many freshman students have computer skills and feel comfortable using emerging technologies such as cell phones. As such, these cell phones are often distractors and interference, which can be used in the task focusing experiment. Research on student information seeking behavior suggests that their search strategies are distinct and that they prefer online searching. However, the research reveals students may lack advanced searching skills and may experience greater anxiety when searching for information on class projects or when using unfamiliar information retrieval systems. Thus, there is a need to investigate students' library anxiety as a stimulus on attentional control as well as how students search so that we can improve the library information retrieval systems, search engines, and databases. Online or digital information seeking is affected by multiple factors, including the user's knowledge of the information retrieval systems, user's goal, search patterns, expectations, understandings, and navigational strategies. Urquhart and Rowley found that there were micro and macro factors that determine student searching. Micro factors can include their search strategies, training, discipline, or the subject and support. Macro factors define the context in which information behaviors occur and may impact on micro factors. These include technology, infrastructure, and system design. This is the area that I am most concerned with. The measure, the survey that I will be using is the anxiety expectation mediation model. This model contains variables that are directly or indirectly related to the information seeking process and students' performance on a research proposal. The model was tested on 225 graduate students enrolled in several sections of an introductory course. In particular, their library anxiety and research achievement were reciprocally related according to this study that was used. Significance of the study. There's a need to investigate students' library anxiety as a stimulus on intentional control, as well as how students search, so that we may improve the information retrieval systems and the way students search. A goal of information professionals is to resolve uncertainty in library anxiety by providing access to appropriate information. Under this paradigm, uncertainty and a related experience of library anxiety are conditions to be reduced if not eliminated. Better information services, increased accessibility of information, better designs information systems, and improved search skills should resolve or improve problems with uncertainty and library anxiety. Reduced library anxiety could lead to improved cognitive skills necessary for critical thinking and research. I have included a list of references, and I thank you for your time.